All right. Well, hopefully we'll get some people in. Anyways,
Happy Friday, everybody! Welcome to Mikestand.
hello, everybody.
Mikestand. Welcome to Mikestand. Welcome to Mikestand. That's your intro.
Yeah, actually, one of the funny things is that uh, let's see, Chris Tomolovich from Great Cyclopean, he once did a little promo for me. What he did, he took one of the shots from one of my shows where I was starting out,
Mhm.
singing the Gummy Bears theme,
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
put that up as you know, as a kind of a promo. So
That's fun.
anyway,
Yeah.
so how are you doing tonight?
Fine. I'm doing great. I'm doing good.
All right,
I
so
kind of sprained my ankle doing DoorDash last night. I almost
ouch.
fell down the stairs and I grabbed the rail with my phone in my right hand. I kind of slid a few steps. I was like, and I felt my ankle going, I know I sprained it. So I put some Epsom salt, heated up with hot water, soak it in a tub, and put an ace bandage, and it's healing up a little better.
All right,
It's
well,
good.
the El Cavaniok is here with us tonight.
Elk,
Hail
hello.
Zenu and Xena. Hail Apex. So
Hell, elk of Antioch.
yeah. So of course, before we talk about what's on tap for tonight, of course, Apex, would you like to do an intro? Share, promote any projects you're doing. Share
Oh,
a link.
darn. I guess I should. I forgot about that, but how can I forget? That's gosh darn it.
Well, I always give you the opportunity to do so if you want it.
Yes, I do. I haven't actually put up prints of this yet, but this is a promo print of you're going to enlarge my screen if you would.
Oh, yeah.
Be great.
Just give me a sec while I try to find my.
This is the 50 years of Wolverine. 11, this is an 8.5 by 11 print.
Hmm.
And well, it will be a thicker stock of paper than this. This is only a promo sheet. But yes, 8.5 by 11 for $12 postage paid. I'll send it to you. I will send you if as of this recording, as of people rewatching this, people watching it live, as of this recording, I will add a surprise ashcan book with this print, with promo print. It'll be on thicker paper stock. It is only a promo copy of this. Yes, this is 8 up 11, 50 years of Wolverine, done by me, Brett Cantrell, also known as Apex Comics. And for $12, I'll go and put the link in the chat so you guys can have it's available right now. Please insert your shipping address. Very important. That way I can ship it to you. All right. So it's $12 postage paid, and I'll send you a link. Thank you.
Yeah. And Elk has a question for you, I believe.
Did I eat the DoorDash? No, I did not. Was the pleasure worth the pain? Oh, well, it was kind of a crappy night, but I made some money, so there.
All right, so it's kind of funny you were talking about your print there, your Wolverine print, with what I was just telling you about just before we went on air about the
Hmm.
whole thing with Roy Thomas getting the creator credit. Um,
Yes.
yeah, so basically, I'd covered a couple of stories over the last few weeks. And the other one the other night, I was telling you about that, where I guess his wife is saying that or Len Wayne's wife is saying that Roy Thomas shouldn't be getting credit because he didn't actually write any of the story. But the
Yeah,
thing
I
is,
was wondering about that.
well, okay, so basically, as I understand it, because when Avi Green, who was writing the article,
Mm,
the point he made, I can kind of see it a little bit.
mm.
Is apparently as an editor for as an editor for Marvel at the time. He kind of laid the, kind of gave the base, did the rough sketch of it or the basic idea. He basically said, "Look, we want a Canadian hero." You know, kind of gave the basics, and then what he did was I guess he handed it off to Len Wayne and John Romita Jr. or Herb Trimp, whoever,
Yeah.
to flesh him out, to flesh out the character more. You
Yeah.
know,
I heard that John Romita did a promo sketch of Wolverine. I think it was before Herb developed him.
yeah. Well, that's the thing. That's so. But basically, I think the big hoopla is that since there are some people like Wayne's widow who were saying that Thomas shouldn't get credit because he didn't actually write or help to develop the story, even though he gave them the basic outline of what he wanted in the character.
Yeah.
So,
That's kind
when
of what
I
Stan
first,
Lee does.
what was that?
That's kind of what Stan Lee does when you think about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when I first saw the initial headline about it, you know, this this going back to when I first was reading up on it, read the article on it. Not the one we just read a couple days ago, but the first one I read on it. They were talking about how he was basically the editor of it at the time, and
Yeah.
but Avi was, I guess, Avi Green of Bleeding Fool believes that he should get credit for it because he can't. He basically he kind of gave the character outline basically of what he wanted, and then he basically just handed it off to Len Wayne and I guess John Romita Jr. and Herb Trimp or whatever to flesh it out more. So
Yeah, Herb's last name, I used to pronounce it Trimp, but I heard it was Trimpy. That's the E was pronounced, and then I saw that Herb someone's calling him Herb Trimpy when he was still alive in an interview. And okay, Trimpy, Shrimpy on the Barbie, Trimpy, Trimp or Trimpy. Either way, really.
All right, so now we kind of got settled in a little bit here. So now let's talk a little bit about what's on tap for tonight. So for tonight, of course, it's our weekly look back at comics history, going back to February 1940. This week, we're focusing in on Fiction House publications. We're going to be taking stories from Jumbo Comics, Volume 1, Issue 14, Fight, Jungle, and Planet Comics, Volume 1, Issue 4 from each of them. Going to do, of course, we're going to do a couple out of Jumbo, and then one each from the other three. So among those, of course, of course, we're going to start off with a character quite a few people are probably well familiar with, and that is Sheena, Queen of the Jungle.
Sheena.
Among the other people. Oh, go ahead.
I've never seen that Tanya Roberts Sheena movie. Have you seen that? That's back in what? The late 80s or something?
I didn't even really know too much about Sheena really until the comics here.
I remember
albeit I like what I see in the comics.
Yes.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind her jumping off the page.
Absolutely. Definitely.
And of course, some of the other stories we'll be reading over include weird stories of the supernatural, K.O. Kirby, Simba the Lion, and Red Comet.
Yeah, so there was late 50s, early 60s Sheena of the Jungle with Irish McCalla, I believe, played the part.
A TV series?
It was a TV series in the late 50s and early 60s, I believe. I can't remember what year. So, yeah, I have it on DVD, but I need to get my DVD player for this particular
one. Well, it's kind of funny because that may have actually even been yesterday. During the history segment, came across, one of the Jumbo comics with Sheena on the cover.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's get it. Let's get into this. Um,
Yes. The golden age.
of comics.
Yes. Jumbo Comics, issue number 14, April number 14. Action, adventure, mystery, 64 pages in full color.
You got the Hawk in the Siege of Thunder Isle, Sheena, Queen of the Jungle, the Lightning, a new dynamic character.
Oh, I'd love to get an old print of that comic book. Oh, if they can reproduce it, I'd buy it.
Wanted. Comic magazine manhunters to join the war on crime. Solve our quote unquote crime of the month and receive a big real money reward. Get paid for solving a case just like a big time, in quote, sleuth. $25 in prizes.
Okay. So they give you $25 if you
They
solve a crime.
really were going for the audience participation, weren't they? Yeah.
You too can be a mini detective. Solve this crime, will you? I'll try. Where's my money? I solved it.
Sheena, Queen of the Jungle by W. Morgan Thomas. Now I don't know if you knew this, but I believe W. Morgan Thomas was one of the aliases that Will Eisner used.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, so Will Eisner was the one who was reading it, who was all right, John. I know you'll do Sheena, and maybe I'll do the guy.
Yeah.
And we'll so we'll just kind of think. Well, it looks like a pretty heated argument.
I said yes.
No.
What a Bob. We know can agree on how build bridge. You show how, yes?
Sure enough, come along. Accompanied by the whole pygmy tribe, Bob and Sheena walk to the chasm's edge. We'll start from here. Get your men started gathering vines, Kakamongo.
Chibi, ak, bigo, dona.
Gladly accepting the break in their monotonous lives, the little people pitch into the work of cutting long jungle vines and branding them into tough, pliable ropes. So, look at all this right here.
Oh, yes. Production going on.
This it's not now. This the way they're organizing it here is not doing too badly.
Right.
For 3 days they labor, stopping only at night when they gather around the fires to eat and spin yarns of the days when they built other bridges.
Tomorrow we get first rope across by nightfall. We finish.
Now look at Sheena right there. Look at her just lying.
She's just chilling out. She hasn't said anything yet. She's gonna go wait till it's important to say something.
I mean, but what do you want? What do you want to be sitting or laying there next to her?
Oh, hey,
that would be kind of cool.
That would be awesome. Hell yeah,
they're relaxing with such a
Sheena,
woman.
The sexy Sheena. Yeah, go.
Before I get into let's see anything more. No. Okay. And a reminder to everybody in the chat. One, if you haven't already, you guys can like and share the stream, see if we can get some more friendly people in here to engage. That'd be appreciated. Also, if anything here grabs your attention, feel free to comment and or ask questions. We'll try to answer the questions to the best of our ability.
Yes.
So, continuing on here. As the camp settles down to rest, two fierce Pangoma headhunters peer from the thick foliage. And here, I get okay. So I guess the scanning difference here.
Oh gosh, yeah.
This one's a little more. It's still legible, but it's still pretty faded too.
Very newsprinty. Yeah.
Yeah.
Come, we get warriors, kill pygmies.
At sunrise, the small men tie a strand to the topmost branch of the tallest tree, ready to send Sheena swinging through the valley.
Oh, cool.
Let's see. With bated breath, the men wait as the girl grasps the stout vine. Tying a shorter piece around her waist, they pull her back at a signal. One of the men cuts it.
Dadgummit.
Released, Sheena sweeps through the air slowly, paying out the rope to make use of its full length. Oh, I think I know what they're doing. I don't think they're trying to hurt her or anything like that. I think this might be the pygmies who are having her like swing the ropes across to
Yeah,
help get up the bridge.
right.
That's what I think they're doing.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's see. Just as she nears the other side, an arrow whistles through the chasm and splits the vine in half. Drooping like a plummet,
Yeah.
Sheena splashes into the river far below. Wouldn't that be a sight to catch live?
Oh yeah, it'd be cool.
Let's see. From the banks of the dark, muddy stream, vicious crocodiles slither into the water, hungry for food. Now I don't know if this was a coloring issue or what, but you see kind of the out. Okay, so that's a crocodile right there, right?
Right.
You see kind of the most outer lining there,
Yeah.
the red. I mean, that almost looks like that's blood red, like he just ate something.
He just had a meal. He's ready for more.
Yeah, I don't know if that was intentional or accidental. They did that, but
Yeah.
a young bullfight, a young bull, 8 feet long, reaches the girl first and dives after her. Swimming desperately, Sheena evades the first clumsy lunge of the huge brute. Look at how they're drawing these action scenes too. That looks pretty awesome, don't you think?
That's motion of the water. Yeah, I like that. The bubbles.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I know water's kind of tough to draw, but they did it very well here.
Yeah. Whipping out her knife, she gets on the monster's back as he makes another thrust. Ride that crocodile, girl.
I think the crocodile kind of likes that.
Yeah. Hanging on to the slimy scales, Sheena drives a dagger into his heart. Oh, look at that.
What a backstab. Oh, no. No, I bet that the croc got jilted by Sheena. Too bad.
Sheena, Duchess of the
Incels. All right.
Her lungs almost bursting, Sheena quickly swims to the surface.
All right.
There she sees 2 more of the reptiles swimming toward her. Closer and closer draw the evil heads. High above the tense drama, Bob snaps into action. The rope! Catch the rope! Stopped momentarily by the rain of pygmy arrows, the crocodiles give Sheena enough seconds to grasp the rope. Pulling together. Oh, look at how they got her on the rope there now.
Mm-hmm.
She's like being pulled. Pulling together, the tribesmen soon have Sheena well out of danger.
Oh, yeah.
Young lady, you had a pretty narrow escape.
That rope was cut by an arrow, Bob. There's going to be trouble.
Well, we'll have to keep our eyes open. Suddenly, a little furry monkey springs on the jungle girl's shoulder.
Jim, where did you come from? Gada ika ele gibaga.
Now there's something up and to the left there.
Oh shit. He must have come from all the way from the village. Jaga ika ele gibaga. There you go.
Pouring out of the jungle, the head-hunting pagonias swoop down on the little people, driving their spears into small men. Oh boy, ouch. Fighting fiercely, Bob manages to hold his own until a machete sends him into unconsciousness.
Ooh, ow.
Captured, Sheena struggles desperately to get her wounded friend's side.
He dies soon. We take to chief. Come.
From a treetop, Chim watches anxiously as Sheena and Bob are carried to the hostile savages' village. His tiny brain working feverishly, he hits on a plan to free his friends. Racing through the trees, he comes upon the great ape, cousins of his, and drops down among them. Eek! Eek! Sheena! Like my chimp there?
Yeah, that's good. Right.
Meanwhile, Bob is roughly dumped to the ground, and Sheena is marched into the Pagona's kraal.
Koga, oh, white people, no good. Make fine food for little girl.
Driving two stout stakes into the center of the kraal, Sheena and Bob are tied to them securely. Look how they got Bob crucified there.
Almost like a, yeah.
Yeah. Actually, they're both in crucifix form. It would appear.
A little bit.
Yeah. Opening a cage, the witch doctor releases the ferocious Tyglon. Half lioness, half tiger, the fierce animal crouches ready to spring and tear the beautiful girl to pieces. As he crouches forward, a great roar resounds through the trees, and Goda, the gorilla, drops lightly to the ground. Before the startled eyes of the natives, he snatches up the beast, and with one great hug, crushes him into pulp. Oh my God. A
Nice.
gorilla hug. A gorilla
Yeah.
hug.
He
Oh
loves
my God.
you. He loves you. Loves to kill you in his grasp.
Raising his spear, a Pagona tribesman aims at Goda when a hairy arm about his neck tightens. So he was worried about the one gorilla, and another gorilla comes up and puts him in a carotid
Yeah.
chokehold right there.
Nice. The sleeper hold.
Uh-huh. Also referred to as the blood choke or carotid choke.
Yes.
Immediately, all is bedlam as Sheena's friends, the great apes, climb the parapet and crush the fierce warriors. Goda swaps the cowering witch doctor's spine. Oh boy! Goda snaps the cowering witch doctor's spine with one huge swipe of his paw. Ooh! Ow! The dude's at the very least paralyzed, if not dead.
Yeah.
I mean, back in those days, if he was paralyzed, he might as well have been killed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Not much could have been done for him at that point, especially with where they were at. Mm-hmm. Outside, the natives, panic-stricken, fight for their lives against the apes. In a few minutes, all is quiet again, and again the dead savages stream about, and Nook, the ape's leader, roars the victory cry.
Hurry, Goda, untie me. Iga da Goda. Oh, Gaga, Sheena.
All right. From the doorway of his hut, the Pagona chief slowly raises his brow. Yeah, like he's gonna run out and get killed by the apes just like his people.
Yeah.
Right?
A dumb move.
Chim, returning to his beloved mistress, leaps to her shoulder as the chief shoots.
Chim, you're hurt.
Tears of rage filling her eyes, Sheena follows the fleeing chief as he runs runs into terror before the girl's fury. Runs into not a. I don't think that was a very bright move on his part.
No.
Hurting her little buddy there, her little friendy.
She gonna kick him. She gonna get him. Go get him.
Okay. Cringing behind some foliage, the craven chieftain hides from the irate Sheena.
Come back here, you.
Yeah, I don't think I'd want to see that side of her.
No.
His eyes popping with fear. He backs up slowly, unaware the huge flesh-eating plant that reaches for him with its tentacles.
Nice.
Oh boy.
Cool.
As he touches the plant's antennae, the leaves snap shut, locking him in an iron grip.
Ooh, they turn him into a burrito. Nice. Mm-hmm. The plant has swallowed him. He has met a just fate.
Yeah, becoming plant food.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Meanwhile, at the village, mighty Goda stands off the pygmies, unaware that they are friends. Just sometimes these things pop up, and I don't want the notifications. Anyways, raising his brow,
It's blowgun.
raising his blowgun, a pygmy prepares to kill the ape.
No, do not shoot. Goda is a friend. Quiet, Goda. These people are friends. Angara, Goda, friends.
Calming the brute, Sheena bids him to carry Bob back to the pygmy village. Sadly, the little band treks through the jungle, fearful for their lives, of Bawana Bob and the faithful Chim.
Yeah.
Chim recovers quickly, but Bob fails to respond to the medicine man's drugs. For days he hovers between life and death. Sheena, keeping a constant vigil, fights back the tears that well up in her eyes lightly. The pygmies dance to ward off evil spirits. One morning, Bob's head cools and he opens his eyes. Sheena, I'm so tired.
Oh, Chim, he's going to be well again. I'm so happy. He sleep now. Go rest, Sina.
From then on, Bob's recovery is swift and he is soon up and about. We have a bridge to finish Kakamongo.
We come.
That afternoon, the first strand is carried across. Oh, look at that strand.
Yeah.
Tying it securely, he clambers back and takes another rope across, then another. Soon, the bridge begins to take shape. Skillfully weaving the long vines, the pygmies complete the sturdy span and joyfully march across. Look at that. Well,
Nice.
the only thing is, though, I'd actually be a little worried because obviously that bridge is sagging down there. You have to wonder.
Yeah. There's no structure on the bottom. There's no base. It's just all, it'd be all, swooping this and that. And yeah.
I mean, you almost have to wonder if that thing's going to hold.
Right. Yeah. It is well built, Bob, and it is at least 200 feet high.
That'd be one hell of a drop. You better hope that thing's strong. I don't know if I'd want to drop 100 feet to the ground or 200 feet to the ground.
Maybe have some emergency vines where you can land on and swing across. I don't know.
Well, we had a little trouble getting it done, but it is well worth it. I wonder what's on the other side. Let's see. Gaining the far side, Bob and Sheena walk side by side into the strange jungle, unaware of the adventures that lie before them.
Sheena will appear in the next issue of Jumbo Comics.
So what did you think of that story?
I like it.
That's a pretty good story.
I like it. Yeah, definitely.
And this is kind of more of a serial. That's why I've been keep reading them because it's more of a serial here. Can't take a break or else you'll miss out.
Yeah, no, right? Go to their nearest drugstore or grocery for your next Jumbo Comics.
Yeah. And let me see if anybody is saying
the Hawk.
Yeah, the Hawk of the Sea. That one was kind of a best job, amazing.
Emoting the sound effects. Thanks. I like to add different sound effects to the story just to
Yeah.
give it a little entertainment
And
value.
and of course, I'm getting a little break because I'm not having to do quite as many characters this time around.
That's right.
Last few weeks, I've really been straining my voice because it's like I've been having to do. Well, Tim doesn't, and again, I give it as an option if people want to do the voices or not, So,
Of course, check out the copy of Jumbo Comics. I'm sure it's on YouTube or wherever they may have those little computer printouts where you can read them on your own. Spencer Steele by Dennis Colebrook. Okay, you can read that too at your leisure, whenever, ladies and gentlemen. And
well,
next one is
this site that I'm on right now is Read Comics Online. You guys
okay.
want to, if you
Yeah,
want,
you want to share the link if people want to go read on their own, possibly
well,
if you want.
yeah, this one will just be to this specific comic.
Yeah.
But through that you can I just hope I don't get copyright strikes or anything like that.
No, these stores are like over 80 years old. I think you're safe.
Yeah. But there's if you get now that's for this specific copy.
Cool.
But
Yes.
but when you go there, obviously, then you can get to the main site and then you can just figure out how to navigate it.
Read those extra stories at your leisure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, anyways, going to do the second one from this particular book, Stuart Taylor in Weird Stories of the Supernatural.
Oh, nice.
So, kind of sci-fi action here.
Yeah.
So,
Thanks.
Stuart,
go ahead. Does he say?
Taylor,
Does he say something first
Davis.
and then the introduction, or how does this work?
Well, I was going to do more or less the narration.
Okay, just do the narration, and I'll do the character. There you go.
Well, yeah. Stuart Taylor in Weird Stories of the Supernatural by Kurt Davis. Stuart Taylor was transported into a strange world where he aided the inhabitants in defeating the giant insects. Now a new adventure is in store for our hero.
I'm going to have to pick up the last issue. Thanks to you, Stuart, we've been able to conquer the insects. By electrocuting the insect leader, you left them without a master. Defeating the rest was simple. Dr. Hayward, where? How did you get here?
Stuart, how long have you been here? I was working on the time apparatus. By accident, I was propelled here. The insects captured me, and their master put me in a state of hypnosis.
We must destroy their city first. That will rid this place of them.
Shortly after, the men adjust their flying belts and head back to their own city, where they find the people overjoyed at the news of the insects' defeat.
Our enemy is wiped out at last. Hurrah! We have long awaited this moment. Now we can enjoy true peace.
Having rested, Dr. Hayward and Stuart visit Commander Ronald. So you want to return to your own times? You have but one suit between you. It seems one of you must stay.
Allow us to use of your lab, and we'll make one.
Suddenly, a tremendous blast rocks the city.
Commander Ronald, come quickly. The Earth's opened up and huge monsters are emerging.
You say you've seen monsters outside the city?
Yes, giant creatures coming from the ground. Here's a chance for some choice adventure, Ronald.
I warn you, it may be dangerous. Come follow me. Meanwhile, the earth outside heaves and groans as huge cracks open on its. Now, let me ask you, because I know I know a
Oh.
lot of environmentalists will say yes to this, but
Mm,
let me ask you this:
mm.
have you ever heard the earth heave and groan?
I have not, but in this case, it happens.
Yeah. Heave groan.
What's that groan coming from? This comes from the Earth. Why is it doing that? Giant monsters. Oh, okay, that explains it all.
Yeah. And two gigantic figures crawl out and stand silhouetted against the sky.
Dang.
Quite an ominous look there, huh?
Hmm.
200 feet tall. The creature, so 4 times the size of Apache Chief in Giganta.
That's from the Super Friends, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, he would grow to 50 feet tall. So
that's a Hanna-Barbera creation too.
yeah.
Yeah.
The creatures are half robot, half man,
Hmm.
but with one eye in the center of their head.
Ooh.
You know, in some ways, with the headband and something. You know what it kind of reminds me of a little bit.
What's that?
Triclops. You know who Triclops is?
Mm, no.
He was one of the evil horde of Skeletor in the He-Man cartoon.
Oh, okay.
If
Interesting.
you remember how he had the three eye, basically the three eyes, the circle
Oh,
eye, the triangle eye, and
okay.
you remember that?
Interesting. He, the, whoever created the Triclock, I guess, read this comic book or may have gotten influenced by it or
Something
somehow
like
just came up with
maybe.
that idea. That's great.
Well, this comic came out like 44 years before the cartoon. Before that,
Right.
actually, no, 38 years, I guess, before. Or no, let's 42 years before the
Nice.
cartoon. So,
Yeah. Okay. We'll,
oh,
s- we'll scout the territory in my private rocket ship.
all right. Maybe that was
Is it?
maybe that was Commander Ronald. I should
Oh,
have
were
read
you?
it.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, but I couldn't tell who it was at first until you said
Oh,
it. But that's okay. We'll get back to that when. Um, Soon the rocket ship soars directly over the air.
there they are. Two of them. Fly closer.
Fly,
Go ahead. Sorry.
fly closer. I want to get a better look at them. As the ship circles about one of the monsters, he suddenly lashes out with his heavy spiked club. Annoyed by the re, re,
Reconnoiter. Reconnoiter.
reconturing flight of the rocket ship, reconnoiter. Okay, annoyed at the reconnoitering flight of the rocket ship, um, navigated by Dr. Hayward and Stewart, the huge human live robot strikes a crushing blow. The wrecked ship, broken in half, falls shattered to the ground. The monstrous giant robots thunder their way toward the city. Now look at that! Now there's a good
I love that.
perspective shot right there.
He's all you need to do is nail him in the crotch, see if it works or not, with something, maybe like an arrow or hurl a big rock with a sling.
But this is a nice perspective
Yeah,
shot.
it is. It's great.
So
bird's eye view.
it's almost like the artist is trying to give you the perspective of what it would look like if you had a 200-foot giant coming towards you.
Oh, that's great.
I mean, that right there looks like a very good. Granted, I'm no artist. I can't draw with doo-doo, but even I can recognize when something just looked good.
Oh yeah, it's good reference material.
Yeah. Oh, anyway. Meanwhile, Stewart recovers consciousness and looks about for Hayward. So that's Stewart right there. Okay, that's Stewart right there. So that's you.
Okay. I can't see a thing in this darkness. I think that's Dr. Hayward and Stewart at that end. Are you all right, Dr. Maynard?
Yes, but Ronald has suffered slight injuries. He'll be all right in a minute. Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell who is who here.
Yeah.
The three then decide to go to the city at once. The scene shifts to a mysterious labyrinth far under the earth where a strange figure sits before a televisor screen. Now, again, this is 1940, so we're still kind of a few years away from widespread. I think on the East Coast, they may have started having television, like in New York and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But, and I can tell you this for a fact because I've looked it up before. The first television station west of the Mississippi, right?
Yeah.
Is actually KTLA out here in LA.
Nice.
In January 1947.
My powerful robots are advancing on the city. Soon shall be its supreme ruler.
I'm just pausing for a moment because you sounded like somebody. Can't think who it is, but you sound like somebody, like
He's
a voice
small
actor.
little guy.
Huh?
He's a small little guy. He had to have that voice.
Yeah. My two huge robots are invincible with their help. I soon shall have the power I always wanted. Years ago, I was driven from the city by the ridicule they hurled at my misshapen figure. Now I can return in triumph.
Yeah, you sound like a Hanna-Barbera's voice. I just can't think of who it is. But meanwhile, Rufus robots have begun their destruction of the city. Again and again, the great spiked ball crashes down. Until at last, magnificent city lies in ruins. Not far from the ruins, Stewart, Dr. Hayward, and Ronald pause, aghast at this sight. I'm just trying to figure. Okay, yeah, the city is gone, but it is our task to destroy those monsters. I think I know who is behind this. Years ago, a little man named Rufus was shamefully exiled. We must find him. For days, the three travel. Finally, they stumble upon a cave from which belch forth great clouds of vapor. Oh my God, belch forth great clouds of vapor. I wonder what that is. Stinky maybe?
Vapor belching. There you go. Which one is that? Me? Okay.
Yeah, I think
a queer place. No sign of any kind of life here, but this green vapor can't be from a natural source.
Yeah. And of course, queer here means strange.
Yeah.
Weird.
Something gay
not,
about
not
this
what
place.
It means today. There's something strange going on here. Let's look further. Look, a light up ahead. Hurry. At that moment, unknown to the three adventurers, Rufus observing them through his televisor.
Ah, I have visitors. I shall give them an exciting reception. When they reach the wired section of the tunnel, they shall be helplessly trapped in my magneto-electric ray.
As Dr. Hayward, Stewart, and Ronald are proceeding along the passage, they are suddenly stopped by an invisible force. Say, what is this? I can't move. No, nor I.
Ooh.
Suddenly, the floor drops open beneath them. Well, things certainly happen fast.
That panel, it's sliding open.
Welcome, my friends.
That's you.
No, I think that's you.
Oh, I'm in the red hood thing, right? Or
Rufus. Oh, I'm sorry. Now I know what you're
you.
talking about.
Yeah.
Rufus. I thought I didn't see Rufus there, so that's what I thought we were moving. So Rufus.
We meet again, Ronald of Glen. You'll be comfortable here, I'm sure.
I wish I could think of who it is, but you got the voice down of somebody, and I'm sure it was from Hanna-Barbera, one of their voice actors.
Yeah.
My servant shall help you to my laboratory.
Suddenly, holes open in the wall, and metal arms reach out, grasping the prisoners.
Service is my motto.
Oh wow! Look at that! They're like even trying to grab at the arms there with those.
Yeah, metal hands. Also strip them of their shirts.
We may escape yet. There's a loose bolt on the claw holding my feet, my left wrist, rather.
Mm.
The whole wall slides out of the metal room.
Welcome to my laboratory, gentlemen.
Rufus begins to toy with a hypodermic needle.
Ooh.
As Rufus goes to fill the syringe, Dr. Hayward frees himself. Drawing the pistol, which Rufus overlooked, he fires at the control board. Shot after shot crashes against the instrument until finally it explodes into atoms. Explodes into atoms. Only in pre-1947
Yes.
would you get a saying like that.
Nice. The explosion raised us from the claws. Now, to get Rufus. After him!
They'll never get me.
While fleeing, Rufus snatches a capsule, tosses it at his pursuers. But the missile strikes some apparatus and explodes with a tremendous roar. Boom! Caught by the detonation, Rufus is thrown backwards into a vat of deadly chemicals. Ooh, not good. That's the end.
Too bad he couldn't have devoted his genius for the benefit of mankind.
Now that line right there reminds me of the Justice League episode. I can't remember the title now, but it was the one where Green Lantern, Flash, Martian Manhunter, and Hawk Girl
Yeah.
were basically were accidentally blasted into like an alternate universe.
Oh wow.
That was supposed to be like an homage to the Justice League.
Oh
You
cool.
know,
Yeah.
I can't remember the title of the episode, but
Yeah.
Stuart Taylor will appear in the next issue.
Oh good. I like this one.
Yeah.
It's
And
a
then
good one.
there's the X5, which is. So, how did you like that? Well, you just said it. You said you liked
Yeah,
it.
I did. Yeah. 200-foot giants. That was cool.
Yeah. I would look
The little,
pretty.
the
Yeah.
little villain. I like the little villain guy. It's cool.
Yeah.
Rufus.
Once we get back up top, then I'll go to
All right.
get ready to go to Fight Comics and we'll look
Fight
at KO.
Comics.
Yeah. Okay, KO Kirby will be our next.
KO Kirby coming up. Everyone stay tuned. Stay there. Don't be square. Just comb your hair. Stay tuned for another comic.
Yeah,
KO Kirby. Fight Comics.
oh, why did I do that?
Fight Comics. Lots of fight in Fight Comics. No coffee shop scenes in Fight Comics.
Yeah, no coffee shop scenes where they're whining about how bad America is or how bad the world is or all that garbage.
Exactly. No wokeness in these tales, folks.
Nope.
Grab a seat.
All right.
Sure.
Well, before we do get into this, of course, I do need to step away for a moment. So,
All right.
if you want to talk to the chat for a moment,
Sure.
keep them entertained. I'll be right back.
All right. He'll be right back. Let's see. Well, yes, this is Fight Comics issue number 4. I like to catch up with 1, 2, and 3 sometime. But you too can read these at your leisure. All these Golden Age tales from way back when. And there's the link in the chat. Fight Comics. And this right here. Oh, you may. That's funny. Getting back to the Golden Age. This is Feminazi, the arch enemy of Madame X. Hello. Yes, she's very intriguing. And this is the variant cover of Fembat coming up sometime this year. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And if you haven't already, I need to put the link in for the print. There we go. We'll do that. Let's see. Sure. Let's see. Yep. And here we go. I'll have to put the link below. All right. Oh, how do I do this? Okay, here we go. Let's make sure everything is. Yeah, be sure to insert your shipping address there if you happen to purchase this special offer of 50 years of Wolverine, the 8.5 by 11 print, plus a bonus Ashcan book for $12, postage paid. Ooh, I need to put post paid on here. Yeah, post paid. All right, and separate that. And here we go. There'll be the link. 50 years Wolverine print. There you go. Be sure to insert your shipping address so I can send it to you when you pay for the book. And the ash can comes with it. Thank you.
So we're already right at the hour mark pretty much.
Yes.
So we'll continue on here. These shows, like the panel shows on Sunday, we slate for 2 hours as opposed to just one. So we'll get back into this.
Fight Comics. 10 cents. Ooh. I'd love to go back in time and purchase these comics, you know?
Two-Fisted Adventures of Men of Action.
Yes.
And then we have this again, this little
Yes. Solve a crime. You two can be a mini detective.
Shark Brody.
Oh, that's wild. Yeah, kangaroo boxing. Oh, that's nice. Oh, wow.
Shark Brody is a bit of a tough sailor, I believe.
Yeah. And you guys can read this at your own leisure.
Again, I gave you the link to that specific link will just go to that page, but
Yeah.
that specific, but Kinks Mason.
Mason.
But of course, once you get to the site, then you can navigate the site from there.
Right. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, a lot of fight action here in this, huh? A spy fighter.
Yeah, man, I love to just print these out and just put print them out and create a book out of them, all these tales, like a volume, just to have, if I want to read them on my own. That'd be fun.
Slug Nutty Sam.
Slug Nutty.
Some of the terminology Chip Collins, some of the terminology they would use was pretty interesting too at times.
Yeah. Power Man.
Rip Regan, the Power Man.
Oh, what year was this, by the way?
This is 1940. So these books that we're doing tonight went on sale. They went on sale on newsstands in February of 1940.
Nice.
You notice they've been cover dated April of 1940, but they more or less went on sale on newsstands in February of 1940.
I'll have to set my time machine and go back in time and get some of these comics. That'd be great.
Big Red McLean, King of the North Woods.
He's got a thick neck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of this comic is like tough guy stuff.
Tough guy comics.
K.O. Kirby. By
Chuck Walker. Yeah. No relation to Walker, Texas Ranger, I believe.
K.O. and Mary are at the ringside. K.O.'s young protege, the Kid, is fighting for the featherweight title. And you can do Mary, obviously.
You
do the.
Good. Right.
The kid is great, Mary. A mere youngster too.
You taught him everything he knows, KO.
Now that's kind of a good name to have for a character, huh? KO Kirby.
Oh yeah.
The fight is a fast and furious one, ladies and gentlemen, and the quickly tiring champ. Only breathing moments come between the rounds. For no money in the world would I swap chins with the champ. Tonight, a left, a right. A hard, desperate right is thrown aside by the Kid, leaving the champ wide open. A smashing right sends the champ to the canvas.
7, 8, 9, 10. Ding, ding. He's counted out.
The kid wins. He's the champ now. Tonight is yours, kid. We're very proud of you, and we're all going to celebrate.
Show me a nice steak, and I'll show you my idea of a good time.
Kind of a line,
That's great.
Mr. Kirby.
Yeah.
I'm a talent scout from Parowan Studios in Hollywood. We'd like you to play the lead in a fight picture, which we are about to put in production. Are you kidding? After all, I'm a fighter, not a Clark Gable. You're too modest, Mr. Kirby. I think the public would want to see you in pictures. The contract is ready. Yeah, fighters. Even though they did gain a lot of fame as fighters, very few of them,
Very
in
few can
fighting
act.
or pro wrestling really
Yeah.
decided to like cross over. In wrestling in particular, you didn't really see it so much. Like even though in Mexico, El Santo in the 50s had been such a huge star that he also starred in a number of Spanish wrestling movies.
That's why they have drama coaches are hired for that. Yeah. Why don't you sign KO? Think the publicity would do you good, and the experience should be interesting. It can't hurt you.
Well, Mary, if you say so. Soon, KO is flying en route to Movie Land on the coast. Well, here we are, kid. A little different from New York. Yeah. Once in the studios, KO is put through all tests, which he passes with flying colors. In the background stands Sidney Snowden, and who would have played Kirby's part if the fighter had not come to Hollywood.
A pug playing movie star, eh? I'll fix his little act.
The jealous actor calls an extra aside and talks to him.
Put Kirby out of the way, and I'll reward you properly, Buck.
Now, of course, this kind of stuff was apparently going on a lot in the 30s and 40s.
Yeah.
You had a lot of the mafioso stuff going on and all that.
Sure.
The next day at rehearsal, Snowden's man plays KO's sparring partner in a big fight sequence. During the faked battle, Kirby is badly fouled. He falls helpless to the canvas.
Ugh.
Knowing that Kirby's accident will mean delay in production and a heavy loss to the studio, Sidney Snowden puts in his bid for the part.
All right, Snowden. The part's yours. It's too bad about Kirby, though. Yes.
The kid can't understand why the sparring partner should land a vicious blow at rehearsal for a movie picture.
There's something fishy about this foul, KO.
Nonsense, kid. It was only an accident. But the kid decides to investigate.
Buck had nothing against KO. Why should he have fouled him?
On the set, the kid notices a bulletin that confirms his suspicion. Sidney Snowden rebukes Kirby, replaces Kirby. Production to go on without delay. Hiding above some prop scenery, he watches the two conspirators.
That was nice work, Buck. The part is mine now. Okay, Snowden. How about some dough for services rendered? Here's your money. And remember, not a word to anyone, because it will mean trouble for both of us.
There was something else there.
Oh, is there? So, that's your part. So,
Well, no, I wasn't the kid.
oh, are you? Okay.
You were the kid.
So, okay. Trouble is right, you two skunks. Here's a double dose of some now. Ugh. You won't look so pretty for your part tomorrow, Mr. Snowden. Ugh. Thaw a man, would you? Ugh.
While the kid is busy with Buck, the treacherous Snowden grabs a prop and lunges at the kid from behind. But the kid turns just in time to duck.
Rough stuff and all. Yeah, okay, pal.
I like the way they do. Rough stuff, huh, pal? Here you go.
And you wanted to play a fighter? Ugh. Okay, you two, come along. We're visiting someone who will be interested in talking to you guys.
The kid takes Buck and Snowden before the director and forces them to tell the truth.
Yeah, Snowden paid me to foul Kirby.
You're both fired. Get out and don't show your faces on Prarin lot again.
Yeah. Must be like Paramount, I guess.
Yeah. Enraged, Sydney plans revenge.
I may be out of the studio for good, but this isn't the last that Kirby will hear of me.
He goes to a cheap dive in Los Angeles. He contacts two of the most disreputable denizens of the disreputable denizens of the underworld.
Nice.
Nice dialogue. Or nice narration there. Nice.
Yeah. It's up to you, boys. Remember, no slip-ups. I'll pay when the job's done.
Don't worry, Snowden. For don't like this, me and the professor will give him a slick send-off. Kirby quickly recovers, and the production of picture gets underway. At last, the night of the premiere arrives.
We're in for a treat, ladies and gentlemen. We have with us the sensational heavyweight champion and star of tonight's premiere, KO Kirby.
As KO steps up to the microphone to be interviewed, two figures step from the crowd and approach him. Kirby, the champ, huh? Nothing but a yellow fake. Not wishing to create a scene, Kirby disregards the taunts of Snowden's hired thugs. You won't start anything, huh? Well, we'll start it for you. Kirby loses his patience.
Okay, you mugs. You're asking for it.
Actually, I think I was Kirby. You were the kid, I was Kirby.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, you mugs. You're asking for it. Ugh. While Kirby's fists are pummeling the crooks, one sneaks up behind him with a blackjack. Wow, blackjack.
Oh, yeah.
Just in time, the kid snatches the weapon. The police stop Kirby before he can slaughter the thugs. Yeah, that's got to be something that police are coming in to try to stop a boxer from beating the holy you-know-what out of a guy.
Oh, yeah. Sick Lugan and Louis The professor. Well, the judge will be pleased to see you again.
uh, so it was Snowden again. There's only one place where we might find him now, if we aren't too late. We're just in time to. Oh,
We're just in time to catch the plane.
look! There's Snowden, the snake.
Going somewhere, Sydney? What? Look, fellas, don't do anything rash. I could explain. Explain that off, you snake-headed rat. Psh.
Instead of Snowden, it is KO. It is KO and the kid that board the plane and fly eastward for home. Mary meets them at the airport.
Oh, KO, I read the reviews of your picture. They gave it 4 stars. And you didn't want to go silly here. You are, and nothing happened to you.
Not a thing. K.O. Kirby will appear in the next issue. So what did you think of that story?
That was nice. Yeah.
The true life story of Tony Canzoneri.
Interesting.
Well, I guess he's a real life boxer. Now you have to remember too, back in this time period, what we sometimes call the golden age, or 30s and the 40s, boxing was a lot bigger sport than it is now. It's still pretty big, but
yeah.
Oron of the Jungle. So. Yeah, a lot of tough guy characters in this particular comic.
Yeah. It's Fight Comics. What do you expect?
That's Stuart Warren.
Nice.
Yes.
Planet Comics.
Yeah. Jungle. We're gonna do Jungle. So I guess date on sale every month. Jumbo Comics the 1st, Jungle Comics the 5th, Fight Comics the 10th, and Planet Comics the 15th.
I like the schedule. That's cool. Yeah.
All right. So, anyways, yeah, a lot of action-packed action there.
Yeah. Sure, you don't get comics like these anymore.
Yeah. Not with the current batch of mainstream writers.
No, afraid not.
You might get some from like the indies, but not from the mainstream.
Yeah, in those days, if you see one of those SJWs trying to make it in the 1940s in their writing, they'd send them out and say, no thanks. Get out of here, kid. Your work stinks. Then they'll be showed to the door.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they really would have had a problem because some of the stuff they're trying to push now would not really have flown back. I mean, yeah, we talked about like the Wonder Woman stuff before, and
right.
Some of the stuff that came out of the Seduction of Innocence. But considering that the SJWs nowadays make a lot of that stuff look like a campfire basically compared to an inferno.
Yeah, of course you want to throw the current comics, the mainstream, into the campfire and watch them burn.
Yeah.
Or use them as toilet paper or a bird feeder platform.
Yeah.
Send them away. We have a SJW comics burning of Marvel and DC, the current issues from 2022 to 2024. Come gather around the campfire.
Come gather around the bonfire of setting ablaze crappy comics.
Yes.
All right, so we're going to go to Jungle Comics here. And this one, we're going to look at the Simba story, Simba the Lion. Okay. Now, this one, I'll let you know ahead of time. This one is most likely going to be just like narration.
Right.
So, get as much Conga.
Yes.
And of
Great.
course, these are all jungle characters,
Yeah.
but the most different of them is, oh, look at that! Look at this. We got the damsel in distress going there. Look at that.
Yeah. Oh, I grabbed.
The Red Panther.
Huh. Never heard of this guy. He's sort of like the Phantom a little bit.
Yeah. But instead of it being in purple, he's in
He's red. Yeah. Taboo.
the Wizard of the Jungle. Yeah.
Huh.
Camilla, the Queen of the Lost City.
Nice.
Well, another
That's
beauty right there.
nice art. That's great.
Yeah.
Wow, 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 wow.
Another woman you kind of wish would jump off the page, huh?
Oh, of course. That's great. It's nice art. I'll have to catch this one.
Yeah. Well, nice color usage here too.
Oh, it's good. No kidding.
Captain Terry Thunder of the Congo
Langers?
Lancers, actually.
Lancers? Wow.
And there's Wambi, the jungle boy.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go. Simba,
There you
King
go.
of the Beast. A terrific storm is lashing the jungle, and the animals are driven before it, fleeing for their lives. Yeah, I guess you could do the sound effect. That was it. I'll do the narration, you do the sound effect. Simba and his pack are driven from their lair by the fury of the storm, and he leads them in search of safety. They find a deep cave and take refuge in it, where they wait for the storm to pass. The elephant herd stampedes, breaking down trees and brush in their mad flight. Monkeys chatter loudly as they are tossed out the trees. Great birds of prey are buffeted by the hurricane. Gigantic trees are struck by lightning and crash to earth. Look at that!
Nice.
After the storm has passed, desolation and ruin mark its path. The lions emerge from the cave where they had sought refuge. Then it is discovered that 2 cubs are missing. Simba hurries away in search of the lost ones. After hours of hunting through the wreck of the jungle, he has not found them. His calls are unanswered. A chattering chimpanzee points to a great fallen tree, which has trapped the missing cubs under its branches. Look at that. Look at the picture in the circle there. Look at that. Simba soon finds that he cannot free them. So he rushes away for help. He finds the elephant herd and makes them understand the situation. A big tusker follows as he hurries back to the cubs. But meantime, a pair of prowling leopards have scented the cubs. They are on the point of killing the helpless young lion when Simba comes charging to the rescue. The old lion downs one of the spotted beasts, and the other animal runs away. At last, the elephant arrives and begins the terrific job of liberating the two cubs from the trap. The big tusker exerts all his mighty power, and the tree is raised enough to allow Simba to lift the cubs from the tangled branches. They are frightened but not seriously injured. And are happy to get back to their mother. Another exciting adventure of Simba will appear in the next issue. That was a pretty quick one.
I like it.
Yeah. And Mystery Woman of the Jungle, Phantoma.
Phantoma.
Oh, look at that girl.
Cool.
There's another beauty right there. Another
Cool.
jungle beauty.
I like that. Phantoma.
Yeah.
Read that at your own leisure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. As I think back to these old times, I remember the Popeye episode, The Man on the Flying Trapeze, that was based on like the story of Julian Leotard, who was the guy who was credited with creating the quote-unquote leotard.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, there we go with that. So
nice.
What did you think of the story? I know that was all narrated. That was all me doing it.
It's good combination of narration and sound effects. It's enjoyable.
Yeah. Well, it's like if you can get into these comics, they can take you away from all the current garbage going on.
It's true escapism right here.
It's like I could imagine that the people, now granted, by 1940, as I understand it, the Depression was already basically almost, people were almost out of the Depression. Things were starting to really pick up, as it were.
Yes.
And then it was the war that really pulled us fully out of it. As the women were going to the factories, as the men were going off to war, that was really. But can you imagine around this time in 1940 and like your life, and the Depression's not maybe doing as good as you'd like, and then you open one of these comics up, and it's like you're taken to another world and taken to another place where you don't have to think about the misery that you're living in. You can actually, it's like you go through like these comics that we're going through tonight, right? With the Sheena and the jungle ones. It's like almost like you're being taken there to the jungle, right?
Oh yeah. It's like everything's pretty much you use your own mind as imagination when you read these books. You think of maybe the music in the background. You think of the sound effects, the actors playing these parts in the comics, in the comic books.
But about 15, 20 years ago, when I did try to start buying comics, and I don't know if I showed you the collection I did have. Whenever I would read them at that point, and even when I started reading them online like this, before I started doing this on Fridays, when I would read them on my own, I would imagine a lot of that,
Absolutely.
Anyways, all right. Let me see. First off, okay, so we do have one more comment to get to.
All right. Yes.
Let's see. Planet Comics. That's what it was.
Planet Comics.
Now on here, they make a slight mistake. Planet Comics, the ones that we're reading, are from 1940, but for whatever reason, this site lists them as 1944 for some reason. I
Right.
don't know why,
Mhm.
but it's obvious.
Yeah.
Obviously an error.
Yeah.
And we'll read the red comments feature. But before we get to that, I need to make some lighting adjustments. Things are starting to get a little dim here, so I need to make some lighting adjustments.
Okay.
So if you want to talk to the chat
Sure.
again for a
Definitely.
couple minutes while I do that, I'll be right back.
Very cool. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, the special for as of this recording. We have 50 years of Wolverine, 8.5 by 11 print. This is only a little copy here on thinner paper, but the actual print will be on a much thicker paper than this one right here. There you go. Pretty cool. Took me a while to do this. And also a mystery ash can. Oh, let me find one here. See if I have an example of an ash can. It could be one of these. It could be this Femback Creep out one I might throw in, or maybe a Madam X one, or it might be one of a few others that I have in my humble collection of wonderful stories and art. So it's only $12, postage paid, and a link is in the chat and possibly the description of this video. Oh, it's up to Mike to put it in, but it's in the description, the chat at least. All right, very cool. Having fun reading these Golden Age books from yesteryear. Peruse these 64 pages for 10 cents. Could you imagine going back in time and going to the local drugstore or the pharmacy or a grocery store where it had these spinner racks on all these great, wonderful color, or the newsstand even. See all these beautiful, glorious color newsstand comics at your leisure for 10 cents. I would have to go there. I'll have to get the currency from the 1940. So that way people won't get so suspicious. I don't want to pay any cash from the 2000s. That would be crazy. That's like, who's this guy? He's a time traveler. Then I'd go back and put him in my collection. I'd probably stop at every location in this particular city. I'm sure it'd have to be a major city, possibly New York back in the day, or Los Angeles, wherever. Just purchase these marvelous treasures. Just put them in my little backpack, get as much collection of it as I can, and just go back in time and put them back in my long box. That'd be swell. Man, so what do you guys think? Of course, when I go back in time, I'll try not to upset the time continuum. I'll be very, very low key. I have to wear some 1940s clothes too. I can't wear anything dated. Yeah, that'd be something. Yes. Anyway, catch my channel Apex Comics if you want to subscribe. I'll put in the link in the chat. On certain Saturdays, I'll have Apex After Dark. I may have one tomorrow. I got to I have to set up my link. I have to set up my StreamYard for that one. I won't have a guest because it'll be too much of a last minute thing. So I'm also involved with Rex Hex and Apex show. It's every 2 weeks, every other Saturday morning or early Saturday afternoon, 11 a.m. Central, either on Apex Comics or Devil Flyer Momentum Comics or Quantum Age Comics, which is a new Hex Allen channel. Yes, Hex Allen has changed this channel to Quantum Age Comics, in case you didn't know. So yeah, I'm trying to get Full Custom Hot Dog, Yucky Gum, and Gable Penny Shot on the show for May the 4th, which is May the 4th be with you. Yeah, May the 4th be with you. It's a free comic book day. It's Saturday. Also, it's Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you, or May the 4th be with you. There you go.
So are you going to be doing the Rex or the Apex Hex and Rex show?
Yeah, Rex Hex and Apex. Not this Saturday, but the following Saturday after that, which is Free Comic Book Day.
Hmm.
May 4th. So
Hmm.
trying to get
Well,
some guests lined up.
maybe when you go on there, you could also share what we did tonight with them as well.
Yeah, yeah, I
Do
could do
that.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So can you get internet on your phone by any chance?
I probably could, but I just don't know how to do it. I don't.
Right,
I
I
don't really
got you.
do it.
I may have Hex Allen. I need to ask Hex to actually go to a comic shop and be one of our live reporters there
Yeah.
when he's going
Well, I
to. I
mean,
can't.
um I've been I've been trying to get him to come on to the panel shows on Sunday, along
Okay,
with the rest of you. Well,
right.
but the thing is that I don't know if he. First off, I'm not completely sure if he fully knows who I am. So he hasn't.
Yeah,
I
right.
understand he's been busy with some stuff too, but
Sure.
but well, you know me. For the panel shows, I want to get as many people on as possible. I still get
Yes.
4 or 5. I mean, I'd love to have you on more often, but I understand you're
Right.
working too.
Right.
So,
Well, let's
but
get to this comic book here.
huh?
Let's get to the comics.
All
I'm
right,
ready.
yeah, you're right. This will be probably the last one we do tonight.
Yeah.
But we still 5. But think about it, 5 stories. That was a pretty good selection.
Hmm.
Weird adventures on other worlds, the universe of the future, Planet Comics, 10 cents, April number 4.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, cool.
Including Flint Baker in Slave Planet, Spurt Hammond in Space Islands of Destruction, Captain Nelson Cole, Arrow Lord of Jupiter, Gail Allen of the Girls, or Gail Allen of the Girls Space Patrol, and others.
Hmm. Yes. Flint Baker.
Yeah. Look at some of the sci-fi they were putting out back in this time, huh?
That's cool. Wow.
Oh, that's a nice looking girl right there.
Oh yeah, it's cool.
For
Yes.
the greatest of these, there's Arrow Lord of Jupiter.
Hmm.
The
That's cool.
greatest of these, and you
Hmm.
can find the man on the flying trapeze.
Hmm. All right.
Red
Red.
Comet. Here we go.
Yeah.
Red Comet by Arthur King.
Mm.
He traveled through space, whose magic prowess adds one more mystery to the riddle of the universe. The Red Comet, once more, comes to the rescue. Speeding on his strange adventurous journey among the stars and planets. The Red Comet suddenly glances at his visor plate.
Great Juniper.
A speeding Earth rocket comes into view.
Unless I miss my guess, those Earthmen are heading for Vegeto, the planet of deadly plants. Better follow them. No man has ever returned from that blossoming trap alive.
Vegeto, the land of deadly plants. Vegeta, I guess, as in
Is
vegetable,
it?
I guess.
Yeah, Vegeto, yeah.
Yeah, Vegeta. The Red Comet lands on the strange planet inhabited only by plants, with minds intelligent but dangerous. Immediately, he sets out in search of the Earthmen. Not far off, he finds their grounded ship.
Ah, let's see. What strange, beautiful vegetation, a paradise of exotic plant life. But there's something odd. Oh, heavens, look.
The startled humans see the trees moving toward them.
Help! The branches are twisting about us. We can't get away.
carrying the struggling people in their strong grip. The trees move into the dense forest.
I must I must rescue them before these fiendish plants harm them.
Into a huge pit, the Earthmen are thrown.
Great juniper, pit of creeping vines. They grow faster than mushrooms.
The weird waving vines have already encircled their hapless victims.
Earthmen have courage. I'll be back in a short while with aid.
Back to his ship speeds the Red Comet. With incredible swiftness, he rockets to Earth. Now, to fight those plants with their worst enemy. Oh boy. Okay, that I think that was meant. They put it in the narration box,
Mm-hmm.
but it almost seems like it was meant more for him to say that.
All right. Termites, little friends, I have a great feast for you.
Quickly, the Red Comet begins shrinking before the termites. He speaks their language.
I have a job for all of you, one you will enjoy. You must come with me to rescue some humans from a planet of cruel plants. This vegetation will provide plenty of food for you. There, how does that sound?
Oh wow! So you want to subdue a planet of intelligent plants? What do? You go and get a horde of termites.
Yes, you too can have an army of termites.
Willingly, the termites swarm into his ship. Back to Vegito speeds the Red Comet with his strange army. As he nears the planet, he releases the insect. And as with all animation or any drawing, look at how the insects come out. It's like one
big swarm.
Yeah. Millions of plant-eating termites rain on Vegeta. Oh wow, rain on insects raining on on a planet.
Yeah.
Frantically, the trees try to evade their attackers, but in vain. Moving swiftly on root legs, they advance on the Red Comet.
Oh no, thank you. I don't think I'd welcome your leafy embraces.
Nice way of saying that.
Yeah.
Transforming himself to gigantic size, Red Comet uproots the trees, splinters them like matchsticks. Toward the death vine pit creeps the minute army.
Yeah.
Yeah, in this case it's pronounced minute, not minute. It's
right.
Minute.
Yes.
Their attack is fatal. The vines crumble as millions of termites eat through the heavy growth.
Good work. When they get through, there'll be no sign of vegetation on the planet. Ahoy there, friends. Are you ready to come out of that grave? How in the world did you grow so fast? This is the strangest lift I've ever had. It is fortunate for you that I can change my size at will. Here's your ship. Goodbye, Red Comet, and thank you for saving us.
Before they go, the Red Comet reduces himself once more to his normal stature.
You are a strange but wonderful person. Who are you? I'm sorry, miss, but my identity must remain a secret.
Once more, the Earthmen zoom into space to further adventures. Another episode of the Red Comet appears in the next issue.
Notice there's no red on his uniform.
Yeah, it has more blue,
Blue and, yeah, yellow.
blue and gold, maybe.
Yeah,
Uh,
blue gold.
so, aside from that, what did you think of the story?
Not bad for a 5-page little tale.
Yeah,
It seems like there's more pages, though.
what was that?
Seems like there are more pages than just 5.
Hmm.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah,
A lot of panels.
yeah. So we're at the minute 45. So I think we made good time there.
Yes.
So overall, what did you think of the show tonight, Apex?
Great show. Great variety of comic books to peruse through and make theater of these tales. It was enjoyable.
Yeah. I mean, I may want to go look up information on Tanya Roberts right now.
Oh, yeah.
Even though I know she's probably, she was in her 20s back in the 90s when that movie came out.
Mm-hmm.
She'd be probably what now in her 50s, 60s maybe?
I think you're talking about Tanya Roberts. I think she
Yeah.
passed away. Yeah, she passed away. I don't know, like 15 years ago, perhaps. Yeah.
All right. Well, with that, so now we're kind of towards the end of the show here. So now, of course, you know what time it is, right?
Sure. Yes. Special. You can get 8.5 by 11, 50 years of Wolverine print. This will be a much.
You're doing your outro a little early. There's one more segment to go through before we do the outro.
Okay.
This day in each history.
Go for it.
All right. 2014, 1999, 2004, and 1984. All right. So with all that being said, today being Friday, April 26th, 2024, the last Friday of April, of course. So we're going to take a look back at this day in each history. History! So first up, I'm going to head back 40 years ago today, as on this date 40 years ago today. On this date 40 years ago today, the 45th and penultimate issue of Scary Tales from Charlton Comics went on sale on this date 40 years ago today. It sold for 60 cents for 32 pages with editing done by George P. Wildman. Apex, do you know what the term penultimate means?
Penultimate. Like dynamic, big, grandiose.
No. Penultimate means second to the last.
Second to the last? Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Second to, like, in this case, if there's a second to the last, the last issue would be considered the ultimate issue of the last issue.
Oh,
the ultimate is the second to the last issue. So on this date, 40 years ago today, the 45th issue of Scary Tales in Charlton Comics, the penultimate issue of Scary Tales, went on sale on newsstands on this date 40 years ago. So, anyways, moving ahead to 1999. On this date in 1999, which was, of course, 25 years ago, rather. 25 years ago today. The animated sitcom Home Movies would premiere on UPN on this date in 1999. It went through its first season and went through the first half of its, or the first 5 episodes aired in 1999 on UPN. Then about 2 years later moved over to Adult Swim, where it ran the rest of its series. But on this date, 25 years ago today, the animated sitcom Home Movies premiered on UPN on this date back in 1999.
Cool. All right.
All right, getting ready to move ahead to 2004 now. 20 years ago today. On this date, 20 years ago today, back in 2004, WWE held its Monday Night Raw event from the Landon Arena in Topeka, Kansas. On that show, the main event saw Chris Benoit and Edge retain the World Tag Team Championship over Batista and Ric Flair. Also on the card, you saw Kane and Matt Hardy go to a no contest. This is around the time that they were having the whole, they were having the kind of the storyline romance between Kane and Lita as well.
Oh, okay.
So that was playing out here too. And then to open up the show, speaking of Lita and Victoria teamed to defeat Gail Kim and Molly Holly. So 20 years ago today, Monday Night Raw from the Landon Arena in Topeka, Kansas.
Nice.
And finally, moving ahead to 2014. Moving ahead to 2014 here. On this date in 2014, production IMS's Heaven's Lost Property final Eternal My Master and Kyoto Animation's Tamako Love Story both premiered in Japanese theaters on this date 10 years ago today, back in 2014. So on this date, 10 years ago today, production IMS's Heaven's Lost Property final Eternal My Master and Kyoto Animation's Tamako Love Story both premiered on this day in 2014.
All right.
So with that, I thank everybody for being here. And before we, of course, finish up, now it's time for the outro. Your outro there, Apex.
Okay, good. If you like enlarging my screen.
All right, just give me a sec here.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Apex Comics here. I have a special for you. Yes, you too can get a print of 50 Years of Wolverine in glorious black and white, 8.5 by 11. This will be, of course, on much thicker paper than this. This is only a promo copy. And you too can get a free bonus ash can. It could be a Fembat, the Creep preview. It could be a Madam X one that I have over there, plus a few more that I've published through over the years. So, yes, only for $12, postage paid. Be sure to insert your shipping address so I can send it to you. Thank you very much. And subscribe to Apex Comics on YouTube. Sometimes on some Saturdays I'll have Apex After Dark. I'm going to have one tomorrow. It'll be, not really I won't have a guest or anything like that. I'll just go through some unboxings. I think Rex will be on there with me. He normally does, but
with Apex After Dark, then you can tell everybody about what you did tonight too.
Yes, possibly. Yeah, it'll be on 8 p.m. Central on my channel,
which is
Saturday night.
Time.
Yeah. That's right, 6 p.m. And Pacific, or if you're on the East Coast, that will be on 9 p.m. Eastern. So catch it tomorrow night. Thank you.
All right. So with that, I thank everybody for being here.
Yeah.
So we'll be back here, of course, on Sunday with the weekend edition, hopefully with some guests to do our little panel show, talk about all the latest happenings and kind of the open mic panel, as it were. And with that, I thank everybody for being here. And next week, of course, Rick Piper will be back with me as we continue our look through February 1940. Let's see, I believe we will be doing comics from Fox Feature Syndicate, which will include, of course, the first issue of Weird Comics.
So, all right.
I want to check that out. And I think the fifth issue of Fantastic Comics in there. Of course, Fox Feature Syndicate was the first company that was featuring the Blue Beetle
right.
stories in Mystery Men Comics, and eventually he got his own title as well. So with that, I thank everybody for being here, and I hope to see everybody back here on Sunday. Bye.
Bye.